Yeah. Christian music or music that Christians use to get they fix, just another hit of the clicks and views. Officially, I don't play by your silly rules. We independent cause that's how I felt the spirit move. Look for Yeshua, I didn't see him on the
So today is Sunday. If you run a business, you know that Sundays serve for two reasons. One is to reset and two is to plan. I like setting up the week, just planning out what I want to do, right? Because if you don't have a plan, nothing's really gonna matter. Something I'm focusing on this week is outreach. I spent a couple of weeks really just working on commercials and client work for the current clients I have here in Miami. So I want the focus of this next week to be just send out as much DMs, emails, cold calls, reach out to as many businesses as possible to really keep the wheel going. It's important to not just nurture the clients you have, which is awesome because it leads to word of mouth referrals, but also consistently be bringing in new clients or at least building new relationships. So for me, that's something I have on my to-do list for this week is just send at least like 200 DMs by Tuesday. It's important to qualify your leads before you even reach out to them. It's so easy to DM random people, random businesses, just to try to get something. But if I've learned anything in the last 3 years of doing business is that if you don't pick the right people, meaning the right businesses that are leading to what you want to specialize in, you're gonna be doing work and you're gonna get paid, but that work isn't gonna lead to more work that you enjoy doing. So I've been really focusing in on the food and beverage space and the fitness space. And so looking at those kind of businesses I think it's the first tip, is make sure you're just like reaching out to the right people, qualifying those leads before. And the second thing is also be region specific, right? When I do these big blasts of DMs, I like to target specific sections of the city that I'm in. So for example, I haven't really hit a couple of places in Miami that I'm going to, and it's planned for this week. Like I'm planning on reaching out to a lot of businesses in Doral, in Wynwood, and in Coral Gables. And so that means getting on Google Maps, looking at all the businesses, Googling like, okay, well, what gyms are in this area with someone I want to work with? What personal trainers are based out of, Wynwood that I really want to work with? And then doing all of that there. And then the biggest hack, the biggest cheat code here is using ChatGPT to organize all of that stuff. Now you can literally ask ChatGPT, like, give me a list of 150 businesses in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida, and it'll bust out the list of all of those businesses, and it just makes it a lot easier. So if you're not treating your Sundays as like, the pregame for the week, I suggest that, after you go to church, after you spend time with God, take some time to plan, because action without planning is just a reaction, and we want to be proactive, you know what I mean? So I'll leave you with that, and we'll see how this week goes. What do you think, Nate?
What I say about everything, consistency is key. If you don't give up, you will see results. Now, a lot of people think when they start something that it's just going to happen in 3 months, 6 months, a year. Minimum 3 to 4 years for something to grow and be solid and you actually see results. People give up a year later because they thought they were going to see results in 2 months.
Heard it here first. And if you don't know, my wife has a business of her own, multiple businesses. She taught me a lot from her wedding filmmaking and photography business. Like, how long have you been doing that?
13 years now.
13 years. So take it from her. When she says 3 years, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. But yeah. So like I said, today I'm gonna show you guys what a day of outreach looks like. So there's two types of businesses, and both have to do with who you're selling to, right? There's B2C, business to consumer, right? This is a regular everyday person who can buy your product. And then there's another type of business called B2B, right? Business to business. And this is where you are a business offering assistance or selling a product specifically to other businesses. If you're in the creative space, in your creative agency like mine, where you focus on commercial content for businesses to sell their stuff,
That's B2B. So Trinity Tax Creative Agency, we're a B2B company. So I have to spend a lot of my time going in and either one, speaking to businesses directly through social channels, which is what I do the most, or two, trying to find decision makers within bigger companies and corporations to try to get them to give my offer a look. The biggest problem, the hardest part of doing what I do is getting in touch with the right people and getting heard. Right? It's super easy to post on Instagram. It's super easy to create a brand identity for your agency. The hardest part is actually getting your offer in front of the people who matter. Is getting your offer seen. Some ways are better than others, but let me give you my plan for my creative agency. So my business, right? The thing that I care about at the moment is just increasing my brand awareness in Miami. If you don't know this, my family and I, my wife and kid and I moved from Dallas, Texas to Miami in March of this year. And so the thing that's been the most important for me is transferring my clientele that I've had in Dallas and in Atlanta and in other areas to Miami. You know, it's our new home base, so I wanna make sure we're making an impact in the community we're serving. I'm not really trying to work with the huge, you know, Nike and Adidas just yet. We're still in the first year of being in a new city, and so for me, it's really just making an impact at local business level here. You know, maybe small chains that have like, you know, 3 to 5 restaurants or gyms or that kind of thing. So can I technically aim for like a tech company and then charge them $25,000 for like one traditional video that they can use for commercials? Yes. Do I want to do that? No, because it's not achieving my goal of being more known in the city that I'm trying to impact. So for me, and I can't speak for everybody, I live in Miami. If you know anything about Miami, Miami is a city of many vices, one of them being everybody wants to be famous. So that means that everybody is on Instagram, right? In Dallas, it was a very corporate city. LinkedIn was really the social media of choice for the people I was trying to reach out to. Here in Miami, I'm excited because as a creative, we're building our Instagram anyways. It turns out that a lot of people who you want to talk to are using Instagram because they care about the vanity stuff, you know what I mean? So for me, my goal is to grow my Trinity Tags page, which right now is at 1,900 followers. And good, look at that professional dashboard we got. But we've had over 10,000 views in the last 30 days, which is cool. It means we're doing our job. But I want to use Instagram as the vehicle for reaching out to people. What I've been doing slightly and I'm starting to pick up on is sending the max amount of DMs I can send a day to the specific niche that I'm trying to reach out to. I'll show you right here. Let me actually record my screen. If you look right here, I actually started yesterday sending 50 DMs a day. And if we look right here, you'll see, I mean, I sent it to a lot of people. And so my idea yesterday is let's reach out to restaurants. I know a lot of managers, it's like their slow day on Monday, so they're in the office, they're doing stuff, getting ready for the week. So I was like, let's reach out to a bunch of restaurants, and I did. The concept was this, right? And I'll show you the DM right here. It says, hey, we love your spot. I wanted to shoot over a deal we're offering only the next 3 days. We want to create a sense of urgency so people see it and, you know, they respond. And I wanted to give an offer that sounded really good. The package is this. We make content for restaurants and bars and are offering local Miami spots a package of. So right there, I'm qualifying the lead, right? I'm telling them, look, we care and we specify in restaurants and bars. It's who we want to work with because this is like a restaurant, right? So we want to cater to them. It's like when you're writing a resume and they tell you, write a resume for each place you're applying for. That's what you do with DMs. We're offering them a package of 20, 15 to 30 second reels. To put that in perspective, that's 3 reels you can post a week for 6 weeks straight at just 2.5K. So somebody like me, somebody who has worked and done the big projects where you get paid 5 figures for one video, this has been a very fun experience because it's like, okay, we're getting back to the nitty-gritty, starting over basically in a new city, and it's been cool to offer these kinds of packages. But here, I thought this was a perfect thing because we're offering a lot of value for these restaurants and bars. All they really care about, it's not like having one really cool video. It doesn't do anything for them. All they care about is having a lot of videos to post. All they care about is having a lot of content. So instead of doing like a 5 or a 2 to 3 minute hero video showing off and showcasing their chefs and, you know, the experience of the place, nah, we're gonna offer you 20, 15-second clips that you can post on a weekly basis for only 2.5K. But 2.5K seems like a really good place, right? It's a good engagement. You know, it's something I want to work on. It makes me feel like I'm making some money and I'm not wasting a lot of my time, right? And then here I said, take a look at this reel we made for Palmar and let us know if you want 20 videos like this to ramp up your holiday traffic. So again, there's another really key part, ramp up your holiday traffic. I'm sending these emails at the start of Q4, which means that we gotta, you know, make it seem like this is something I wrote today. You know what I mean? That's something that I've had in the cut for a while. And again, it's offering incentive. A lot of restaurants, that's a goal of theirs. They want to have a lot of walk traffic. They want to have a lot of people in their place during the holidays. And if we say ramp up your holiday traffic, it also makes them think, oh, maybe they're going to help us push that message. Like they're not, we know what we're talking about. We know that that's a goal of theirs, you know? So we are presenting ourselves as experts in this moment, right? And then if you click on the reel, it's a really cool like little ad that I created for my business where it just says invest in better content for your restaurant. So I basically sent that DM to 50 different restaurants, chefs, business owners in that space. And then later on in the day, what I did was I posted this reel and I just posted it up. I'm like, maybe this is something I can send with my DMs so, you know, people see the work with the things that I'm talking about. And then, believe it or not, I actually got a DM, hey Andre, so you might be interested, text me. And we texted and I told him the 2.5K. Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I didn't really get to film it. It was just kind of a hectic day. But I want to clue you guys in on it, give you a little glimpse into what this all looks like. So I was like, let me just try to land a few clients. Let me just reach out, spend some time, you know, doing the thing that most business owners don't do, right? If you're a videographer, you think that your portfolio is just gonna speak for itself. It's not, okay? Your website just chilling and SEO chains isn't gonna do much. You know, you have to go out there, you gotta be proactive. Literally walking around my area and going up to people and offering them my services, saying hi, offering free videos, just getting the brand in people's minds.
Funny enough, talking about building an agency. Hot shot over there. This place over here is called Julian Henry's. And I've actually worked with a couple of the restaurants in there. And like, I wanna tell you how easy it is to get a client that wants to work with you, that's excited about it, if you just give value up front. So one of the things I did, I came in here, I was kind of nervous because it's like going up to random people and strangers is a little nerve-wracking, right? So I was like, I want to come in here on some J. David style stuff. You know, if you don't know who he is, I'll put his Instagram right here. But just walk up to people and be like, look, I make videos, I have an agency, I'm trying to build it. Do you want me to make you a video? So we did that with the video, the guy who I showed you in the last POV. And I made the first video for free, and they booked me again for a second video. And then another restaurant booked me for another video. And so I want to tell you guys, like, if you're ever nervous or wondering, like, how do I get clients? Literally go out into the street, find a place, walk in with the camera and be like, do y'all want a free video? And it's not that hard. And I guarantee you, when you do it and you crush it, they're gonna want another one. And they're gonna want another one. That's how you start real relationships. But I want to have this documented. My goal is to get this place, Julian Henry's. It's a food hall. So they have a lot of restaurants. I want to get them as a client. So like the whole thing. And I want to have this on video. So in a couple months, when I finally book them as a client for Trinity Tags, we can have it on record.
Instagram, you'll see we made a reel kind of expressing that 20 reels thing. We also created a post here where it's talking about our new lead form, basically just presenting it as like it's an easier way, like the easiest way to get reels done for your business. Instagram actually created something called Get Quote. You can actually create a lead form now, and then they could just submit it. And so that's really cool. I was testing that and I wanted to show that on our feed. You know, the thing about cold outreach and DMs is that you don't have any form of connection to them. you're kind of banking on the fact that they even see your DM in the first place, you're probably gonna miss a whole lot more than you make contact. And I made contact, I think a total from 126 companies. 6 companies actually responded to me, not like an automated response, but an actual response. But nobody else responded. Nobody else has even seen it, I think. That's just part of the trade, right? You gotta shoot your shot. So the same way Kobe would take like, what, 500 shots a day, free throws, DMs, or whatever your cold outreach strategy is, whether it's emails, whatever it is, I think it's important for us business owners to know, like, you can't get discouraged. I'll tell you a story. Back in Dallas, I met a man by the name of Moyed Abdulhadi. He was the CMO of a medical company while at the same time launching one of the biggest coffee chains in the DFW area now back in Dallas. I was DMing, doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I was DMing entrepreneurs in Dallas. He was one of the people I DM'd. 6 months later, he finally responded to me. Didn't see my message at all. 6 months later, he says, look, hey, I saw your DM. I need a video guy to shoot this commercial for my coffee shop. And I was like, perfect, because the coffee shop was the thing I was the most interested in. Then come to find out, I crushed that job. I find out now he's working with these medical companies. So he's like, hey, I want you to do the content for a medical company. So I did the content for his coffee shop and the medical companies for about 6 months. And then this is when COVID hit. And COVID, they launched 2 other businesses, these mobile testing units where you can go get tested. It's called gogettested.com. And then another one later called Go Get Vaxxed. So during the season of, the hardest season for any business, which was COVID-19, I had a lot of work. It was my best year at the time. I think that was the first year I made 6 figures. It was all because I sent a DM 6 months before. It was all because I chose to slum it through all of the no's and all of the indifferences, and I chose to DM people anyways. And it works. Every business owner, especially if you're watching this, a creative, when you're putting out content, you have a portfolio to show, you have examples to show in your outreach. Draft up a really cool DM, like the one I showed you, like that's a great template that you can use, where you're creating an offer that offers value, and just blast it. Spend an hour a day, you got 24 hours in a day, make it 23, spend 1 hour a day DMing the max amount of businesses you can DM on your Instagram, and you'll see eventually it'll come back and it'll be good. It served me very well, and I just want you, as somebody like me who just sent 126 DMs in 2 days and didn't get any response that actually mattered, it's part of the game.